Everyone is terrified when they see a tall mega monster walking on stage. People are in terror when they see a muscle monster with popping veins all over his body. He was one of the biggest giants in the history of sport. He is no ordinary bodybuilder. His stage presence was scary. He is like a monster from a fiction movie created by a mad scientist. People and his fans call him Freak-einstein. He was one of the freakiest bodybuilders of all time. Paul Dillett is a legendary figure in the world of bodybuilding, known for his mass monster physique. His physique was so massive, he was even dubbed Freakenstein. He was a badass in terms of saying, "I treat you the way you treat me. I don't care if you are white, black, Chinese, or whatever the hell you are. If you are a good person, you are a good person. If you are an asshole, you are an asshole. I judge people as individuals based on the character and how they treat me, not by the color of their skin." Paul Dillett, hailing from Montreal, Canada, is a retired professional bodybuilder who made his mark during the 1990s and 2000s, competing alongside renowned bodybuilding figures such as Ronnie Coleman, Dorian Yates, Sean Ray, and Flex Wheeler. He showcased his prowess on stage. Standing tall at 6 feet 1 inch and weighing between 295 to 310 pounds, Paul possesses an imposing physical stature.
I always just call him, instead of calling him Paul, I just call him Hey Monster, because he's just so huge, you know, his arms and everything.
Originally excelling in football, Paul ventured into weight training in the late 1980s, gradually sculpting a physique characterized by greatness. As a newcomer, an outsider to the bodybuilding scene, Paul faced the challenge of his unusually tall stature, standing at 6'1". Consequently, he had to diligently build substantial muscle mass to achieve the desired aesthetic for success in the professional realm. Competing in the heavyweight category at the 1991 North American Championships, Paul Dillett surprised fans by finishing second. While this achievement might have satisfied others, Dillett remained driven to excel further in the sport. Returning to the same event the following year, Dillett emerged as the overall champion, securing his IFBB Pro card. From this point onward, he relentlessly pursued progress and success. Dillett's debut year as an IFBB Pro bodybuilder was remarkable, instantly propelling him to stardom in the industry. His imposing physique, characterized by a massive frame, narrow waist, and bolder shoulders, earned him the nickname Freak-einstein, portraying him as a dominant force in the sport's future.
Well, you were here 2 years ago, you had a hard time on stage, you had to be carried off. Had problems with your posing in the past. How did you feel there today?
Oh, I feel great.
However, despite his rapid rise in the fitness modeling world, Dillett faced a life-threatening situation during the 1994 Arnold Classic competition, named after the renowned bodybuilder Arnold Schwarzenegger. While on stage presenting, he collapsed due to severe dehydration, necessitating an urgent trip to the hospital. At the hospital, Dillett's condition was critical, to the extent that doctors struggled to find a vein for injection, attempting 4 times without success. Upon regaining consciousness, Paul Dillett was stunned to learn that he had been unresponsive, essentially not breathing, for a full minute. During this period, he described experiencing a surreal moment of being in an expansive blue space with his dog nearby, standing on glass. Reflecting on the incident, Dillett expressed, "I didn't even know that I was gone. I just know I felt like I was in an open space and it looked blue." Following his collapse, Dillett was carried off stage by 4 officials. Remarkably, he continued to compete for another 2 decades. However, he now perceives the sport he once cherished as dead. Such a significant health scare inevitably had a profound impact on Dillett's long-term well-being and athletic performance. Despite making a full recovery in the ensuing months, he acknowledges that he could never reach his full potential.
You had an incident, right, where you collapsed on stage.
It's having too much calcium and no magnesium. Listening to someone who I shouldn't have listened to.
Following his health scare, Paul Dillett took the entirety of 1995 off to prioritize his well-being. He made a strong comeback in 1996, securing a podium finish at the prestigious 1996 Arnold Classic and repeating this success with a third-place finish at the 1996 Czech Republic Grand Prix. Reinvigorated by these back-to-back podium finishes, Dillett continued to compete until 2006. Participating in a total of 29 pro bodybuilding shows and clinching victories in several of them. The pinnacle of Dillett's career occurred at the 99 Night of Champions, now known as the IFBB New York Pro, where he dominated the competition and emerged victorious. Additionally, he achieved top 5 finishes on the Olympia stage in 1996 and 1997. Dillett's final appearance at the Olympia came in 1999, where he finished 7th. Despite his enduring dedication, he was unable to qualify for the Olympia in the latter stages of his competitive career. His farewell to the professional bodybuilding stage was at the 2006 Montreal Pro, where he secured a 10th place finish. Although he ceased participating in pro shows thereafter, Dillett officially announced his retirement from the sport of bodybuilding in 2012. During his prime, Paul maintained a rigorous workout regimen, exercising twice daily. He focused on major muscle groups in the morning or around noon. His routine typically commenced at 8 a.m. with cardio, followed by his first meal. The first training session usually kicked off at approximately 12:30 p.m., followed by a substantial meal and a protein shake. After a rest period of 3-4 hours, he returned to the gym to train smaller muscle groups, concluding with an hour of cardio. This routine epitomized a typical day in Paul's life as a professional bodybuilder. Paul's weekly training plan deviated from the norm. He trained intensively for 4 consecutive days and then dedicated the 5th day to rest before repeating the cycle. Maintaining a simple diet was Paul's preference. As he put it, "I keep it very basic. Nothing fancy. Rice and chicken, and I throw in a couple of steaks in there. Everyone knows that I drink a lot. I'm a shake guy."
I've been steadily improving at every contest. Just keep putting on more size and also getting harder, better, more experience. The sky's the limit for me right now in terms of how big I can get. I'm not putting any barriers in how big I am going to get, so I'm just taking it one contest at a time.
Paul's story underscores the importance of hard work. By persevering through challenges like Paul did, individuals can aspire to achieve their life goals.